Hey everybody, Mike Wheeler here. Hey, I just about ready to do this little project, and I wanted to go ahead and create a video for it and send it out to the public. Just because I looked online, I didn't find a bunch of information about this. So basically, what we're going to be working with today is I have a rescue pup that I bought for rescue pup rider that I bought for my daughter. You see it right here. That is just a little 12-volt rider scooter for small kids. They were selling them at Walmart. So basically the problem I ran into with it is that it only has forward. So as we see here, there's a control switch right here, this guy, which only goes in forward. There's a couple buttons down there, which are just for some sound effects. But other than that, it's a single drive motor right here. And so what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be putting in a reverse switch. Went to the local store, got a double pole, double throw switch. This is just an on-on, okay? They sell these also an on-off-on. You want an on-on. The next thing that we ended up doing was how to work out the wiring diagram. So when we come in here and we look at the bottom, first thing they have you do is they hook this together, which is the battery. So, but what we're going to be playing with is this right here, which is the direct drive wires. So we have black and red here, which go to the motor, and then we have a black and blue coming in, which are the flow after the switched power here. So basically, when we come down and look at the diagram, this is the diagram for the switch. So we have our black and our blue coming into our switch, and they're going to go to the first leg, and then we also have a patch, a crossover wire, that goes from the first leg to the bottom leg down here. And then, we reverse it on the second leg, and then the two middle ones here come off to the motor, red and black. So here again, we're crossing this one to here, this one to here, those two legs outward. And so what this will do for us is when the switch is in one mode, it'll give us forward drive. Flip the switch the other way, it'll give us reverse drive. The big challenge I'm going to have is where to mount the switch, because I don't have any protective case, so I'm going to have to put it in the doggy somewhere. I'm thinking maybe inside the case or up around the head, but let's see how this works out. I've gotten the switch, and you can see there where I've wired it up to match out my diagram. And I put this on this long cord, so I need to figure out now where it's going to go to. Okay, so the next thing to figure out was how to mount the switch into the ride. So this is what I kind of came up with here. Go ahead and show you what I'm looking at. Here on the back side of the ride, I'm going to put it right here into the neck by just putting a small slit there. But more importantly was the mounting contraption. So I took a lid to a jar. So lucky for me, there was a zipper right here under the head. And right behind there, I went ahead and got the top put in. But with this disc being the size it is, I feel very comfortable with how that is to toss. Now keep in mind too, that this is for a 3/4-year-old. And so I think she's gonna have plenty of dexterity to flip that switch on and off, and that'll get us going down the road. Okay guys, what I'm gonna end up doing here is, I got some short wire coming here from the electric motor leads. You see how short that is? And so what I'm going to end up doing is zip tying the connector on this side down to here, right? I'm going to get that puppy nice and secured. And then on this side, see, I'm working with that much space, and I need to tie all four of these wires into there. So I cut the tail off that zip tie, backed that puppy up as much as I could, and try to get as much lead out of this as I can. But I think what I'm going to end up doing is cutting this in half here and using these four wires to tie in to those four. That way I'm not shortening this lead anymore, because I don't want any of this wiring to be any more exposed. As you can see, this zips up in the belly here. So let's give that a try and see what it ends up looking like. Okay, here's a shot after I've gone ahead and got all the wiring all patched together. Here again, I cut the leads on this side as not to shorten up that wiring at all. I did end up removing all of this just to make it easier access to hook that together. And now you can see I have extra cable that I packed away down there. I went ahead and left that cable a little bit long because in the future I'm planning on probably upgrading this. You know, right now this is a, I think it's 6-volt system, 6 or 12. You know, and I think at some point we're going to go ahead and take apart probably an old Dremel, something like that, and bump it up to like a 48. You know, you can see the battery pack in here. So I think there's a lot of room for expansion on the unit. It seems like it's a pretty solid chassis. And here again, this is kind of my first DIY hack on modifying out one of these things. Also, by the way, it was totally solderless, so hopefully that was helpful for you guys. And I'll show you in this last clip a little bit of the functionality. Let me get it all buttoned up. Okay, final testing. Let's go ahead and flip the power on there. Hit the switch in the forward motion. Hit the pedal. See, it takes off forward. Flip the switch. Now it goes in reverse. Thank you all for watching my video. Please give me a thumbs up if you like it, and if you have any comments or questions, go ahead and just add them down below. I can try to answer any questions I can, where I got the resources and figured out the wiring, etc., etc. Happy scootering.